What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So, obviously, with the 8th anniversary in full swing, a lot of people have been exploring and trying to understand the 8th anniversary units and use them to their best degree. And this is something in particular that I've seen quite a few people talk about in the community, and that is the fact that Final Tap Luffy, when you compare him, or shit, I keep saying Final Tap Luffy, but it's Super Tandem Luffy, when you compare his Super Tandem effect to one of Kaido, for example, the big difference between the two is the fact that with Luffy, you can activate the Super Tandem on every single turn of the fight, whereas with Kaido, you're only allowed to activate the Super Tandem on the final stage of the fight. So that is a pretty stark difference between the two, because it does mean that if you're able to abuse that Super Tandem on multiple different stages, you can just continuously generate this massive boost that can stack with essentially every other type of boost in the game, and that is extremely powerful to have. So in this video today, we're talking about the fact that we can actually generate the Super Tandem effect on every single turn, and this is due to the switch effect of Sanji and Judge, because remember, the condition to activate Luffy's Super Tandem effect is that you need to attack with a Sanji, a Zoro, and then Luffy himself. One of those characters do need a tandem slot, and of course, as you level up the Super Tandem of the Luffy character, the condition does change slightly. At level 4, you only really need the Sanji character and one other Straw Hat, so in this case here, we're using the dual Luffy Straw Hat character because that will actually count as either Sanji or Zoro in that one character. So this means that we can have the Luffy character to activate the Super Tandem, we have Sanji Judge as the Sanji representation, giving us the tandem slot every single turn, and then Luffy and the Straw Hats to be counting as our Zoro character. So this is awesome, so we can just have this free boost every single turn, and it's amazing. And another really cool thing as to why this team is awesome is because normally you have Sanji and Judge with their special ability that provides a 2x attack and a 2x slot effect boost to powerhouse characters, which doesn't really fit well with Luffy and the Straw Hats and, you know, with the new 8th anniversary Luffy. But because we are using Luffy and the Straw Hats as a captain, when we use a special that targets a class or a color, it actually works for the entire team. So that's some great synergy that we have here, and it means that, you know, we can use this Super Tandem all the way through, and then on the final boss stage, I mean, yeah, getting access to the Super Tandem is awesome, or you can go ahead and pivot where you can go ahead and use the, you know, Luffy and the Straw Hat character for their final tap instead, which can give you some pretty substantial output. Now, I know that the specific content that we're going up against isn't really optimal for the team that we have built here, considering, you know, this is a GAP challenge. You want to typically build a team with one color to take it on. So this is not really that optimal, but it's just showing you just an example piece of how the team can work and how you can use it potentially in other pieces of content to get through it a little bit easier. Just getting a free boost every single turn is very valuable, especially if you do have your own, you know, Luffy with a relatively high Super Tandem level. I know a lot of people did a lot of pulls, especially for duplicates. Shout out to those people that did. And, you know, if you do have Luffy, hypothetically, at level 5, getting a 2.5 free spirit attack boost every single turn is pretty absurd, right? Now, of course, Sanji himself, he isn't a free spirit character. He's a fighter character, so he still gets the captain boost from the 8th anniversary Luffy. When he switches into Judge, though, he's actually, I think, a driven powerhouse, so he doesn't actually get any boost at all. So that really does suck, and it does hurt the character in his entirety, but realistically, it's still fine, because if you have 5 of your 6 characters still boosted, it's not going to matter that much. But just wanted to obviously give you guys the example of how the team actually works. And I guess we can take this time to actually just talk about Super Tandem in general. Now that Super Tandem has been out for a little bit, we've had a little bit of a chance to play around with it. I'm actually recording this right before the Kizuna goes live, so it's going to be interesting to use some of these characters in the Kizuna and see if we can actually apply some of these Super Tandems in that piece of content, because that's where I believe we're going to see the most out of the Super Tandem mechanic, where we're going to see this additional boost come out of nowhere and really amplify damage. And I think it is still kind of tricky right now due to the fact that one of the first Super Tandem characters to release is yet again another Luffy character, because one of the most valuable units to have in Kizuna Clash is a final tap level 5 Luffy and the Straw Hats for that additional 1.2 times damage multiplier that gets added at the end of the chain is incredibly valuable, and essentially will more than double your damage output just for free. And even on a team where that Luffy character with the Straw Hats is not even boosted, that's going to be valuable to have. And, you know, we have this Luffy here that is another Luffy, so it's really hard to stack it, especially because with this new Luffy character, you want to have the Zoro, the Sanji, or another Straw Hat in order to activate this Super Tandem mechanic. So it's going to be hard to kind of build a team around this. I think with Kaido, though, we're going to see a little bit more success, as Kaido does really need, especially at level 5, he only needs one of his crew members and another striker character, and you can have that increased damage taken with the conditional boost, and then you have the final tap on top of it. I'm really excited to see the damage potential from the Super Tandem Hybrid Kaido. I think it's going to go absolutely mental, through the roof, bonkers crazy. I'm really excited to see that. I'll see if I'll able to you know, build one of those crazy teams and definitely showcase it to you guys here, because I think it has a lot of potential. I'm so looking forward to it. But this is just super interesting to begin with, right? Because any character that kind of utilizes the tandem mechanic is going to be more and more valuable moving forward as they introduce more super tandems through future Super Sugo Fests. At least we would assume they're going to release on Super Sugo Fests. So it will be interesting to see, you know, what type of characters they decide to bring out and what characters that synergize with these new characters are able to abuse tandem slots in order to gain access to this super tandem mechanic more often. And of course, we only have a very small sample size for these super tandems right now. Of course, we can compare them, as we did say a little bit earlier, the fact that Luffy does get access to super tandem on every single stage, whereas Kaido can only use it on the final stage. It will be interesting to see if we have more characters in the future that can use their super tandem on multiple different stages, as we can then, you know, try and find ways to abuse it so we can easily access that really cool effect that's going to be activated. But of course, these super tandems are very difficult to get leveled up, as not everyone is going to go and pull for duplicates, and these tablets that we have for super tandem are very rare, so not a lot of people are going to have these effects maxed out. But if you do have them as friend captains, be very happy about that, because having access to this powerful effect that can stack with essentially every single other boost in the game is pretty absurd. And it is just kind of crazy to think about that, you know, Bandai and the development team did decide to just make this new mechanic up out of nowhere and make it a stackable buff that can stack with other types of effects. And once again, this is a very small sample size, but both Kaido and Luffy both do attack boosts, so potentially we might even see like conditional boosts or orb boosts or base attack boosts happen in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But with all of that, that is going to wrap up this video today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Gabe!